How to learn static? Well, it's more like how I learn static. As many of us do, I don't pay too much attention to static tasks in general because I don't need them in my main games, but in reality, I actually do. I mostly play tracking heavy games like Apex or the finals, but even here my overall aim would greatly benefit from precise flicks and clicks. So I decided this is the year of improvement, and just like we did with dynamic clicking, we will use one of Matty's playlists to finally get good. Or did I try it? Also almost dead were my initial tries of today's first task, wide wall 6 targets reload. The name says it all, basically a wide wall with 6 targets and we can only miss 3 times in a row before we get timed out for a few seconds. And as you can see, I do apply the correct technique with a fast flick towards the target and then a micro correction onto the target. But I think you can also tell that I lack control and speed, but it's obvious that I know what to do. So what's the problem? For me, the issue often is knowing what to do, but having developed a habit of, let's say, what speed my arm will move while it still feels comfortable and controlled. All I need to do is to try and move my arm more and not rely on what feels like my maximum speed. And as you can hopefully tell, I move my arm more, make slightly faster flicks, and once I got more comfortable with this, I also improved at the task. It is of course not a night and day difference, but this is a step in the right direction, and if I can continue this, I'm sure I will further improve. I reached my goal of a new high score, happy for now, I can move on to the next task. To no surprise, this next task tackles another one of my problems with flicking onto targets, precision. RX 1 wall 4 targets VBR was very difficult for me at first. And again, I asked myself, what's the problem? And it turns out, I constantly restarted because I was struggling so much with finding a speed I can maintain while still precise enough to hit those tiny dots. And this was also the task I spent the most time on. In order to improve, I slowed down slightly and focused on my precision for a while. This helped a lot and I even had fun improving. If you look at my attempts side by side, the difference is noticeable, but tiny still. I have a long way to go, but it's motivating to see that even just 30 minutes can make a difference skill-wise. The next task is 1 wall 2 target small flicks, and it also forces me to be precise, but focuses on the micro corrections and, well, small wrist flicks mostly. As I was warmed up with this type of movement from the previous task, I got 2 high scores in a row and moved on to the next one. Shim pressure easy was not easy and very overwhelming. I got a high score, but my arm and wrist felt a little tired, so I just moved on. To at least clarify what this is about, this task focuses on speed flicks and target prioritization, and I definitely need to improve that, but not today. Next up is RX chain shot. I'm not entirely sure why we have to shoot dots in a row here. I assume to get better at pathing through runs, but that feels like an aim training specific skill. If anybody can tell me what this is good for in-game, please do, because I don't really get it. Well, moving on. We have trained small flicks and precision. And now we close things out with wider flicks, which I'm surprisingly okay at, I think. It might just be the training from today, but I'm kind of happy with my score here. And last but not least, we jump into an actual game and look if you can get some clean shots. Today with the revolver in the finals, as this gun benefits from precise flicks. I hope you enjoy and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!